Elf and Domino's. Dama, how are you?
I'm doing
Facts.
good, man. How you doing?
Doing all right. Can't complain. This is the first ISO boom of the new year. Happy New Year, yo.
Happy New Year. I'm very excited.
Also, we're joined by our boy Soz. How are you, Soz? Happy New Year.
Great, man. Happy New Year to everybody.
You know, we made it to 2021. There's a feeling of relief that comes over everybody. 2020
hmm
was a motherfucker of a year, but we're here. We're here.
We made it.
Yeah.
But you know
Um,
what? That doesn't really mean shit. Because you know what? I woke up in 2021 and it
shit is
wasn't
still.
a different day.
Yeah, I mean, it
It was
was a
just a
different day.
different. I mean,
It
it
was
was,
literally, it
but
was literally a different day. But no,
yeah.
I
I
understand what you're
mean,
saying.
theoretically, you know what I'm
Right,
saying? Who
Trump
really
is still
knows?
president for another fucking 20 something days, 19 something days, 18 something days. I'll get it right.
525,600
600
minutes.
minutes. Rent is still due. Speaking of that.
Speaking of
Uh,
rent,
so this is ISO Boom. If you don't know, this is a show hosted by me and Dama. It's me and Dama doing whatever the fuck we want. But we do break it down into two parts. The first part of the show, we talk about current events. The second part of the show is called destructive criticism. Fucking where we oh 20 something days, 19 something days, 18 something days. I'll get it
oh, what's
right.
happening?
That's
525,600
hey
minutes.
yo.
Oh, throwback.
Rent is still due. Speaking of that. Facts.
How is that happening? What's happening?
I think somebody's listening to us.
Oh,
So is that you?
yeah.
It was good. It was good. That was good reminiscent. Good. Those
Yeah.
memories
You should mute the Facebook one so you could hear the Zoom one so you could be more on time with us.
But the second part of the show is called destructive criticism, where we take people's art that they toil and put their heart and soul into and pick it apart as savagely and as honestly as we possibly can. But let's just jump into the first part. Current events. So this is going to tell us what's going on in the world, and me and Dama will pontificate. We will discuss about these events.
All right, so we all spoke about this pretty much through every show, and it was a big loss to the hip hop, the hip hop community, and just a big loss in general. MF Doom's passing, he passed on the 31st, I think, of October
Yeah.
this past year, and just going to hear you guys, how they inspired you, how he inspired you, and
Yo,
how it impacted everybody.
the passing of MF Doom is one of those like cultural phenomenons, right? Because like he was a lot of people's favorite rapper. He was not my like favorite rapper or like my favorite producer, but he has produced some of my favorite beats and has spit some of my favorite verses. And I think like the reaction to his passing is a testimony of how somebody can be prolific in their consistency. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like he ain't never had like the hit song of the summer, but he's just been so consistent at being unique and so consistent at being like exactly who the fuck MF Doom is that you feel this loss tremendously, you know?
Yeah, he was definitely one of a kind. I think Nick Jack actually put me on to MF Doom back in the day, and like of course, like I'm basic, so my favorite song was Rhinestone Cowboy, and I like MF Doom. He definitely wasn't like a rapper that I listened to a lot, and I feel like, but he made such a crazy impact, man. Peace to
He,
him, peace to his family. And I like the fact that they didn't tell the public right away because, like,
yo, that
these days we're so
respect.
consumed with
Yeah.
media.
Uh-huh.
Kobe's wife found out when the rest of, like, what type of shit is that? You know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right,
Like, let
right,
the
right.
family kind of have that.
Yeah.
And that's dope. MF Doom is like, they could have kept that shit going for a long time because, like, he had the
The Doombots
Doom
situation.
bots
Yo,
coming
I
out.
always I
So,
always fuck with that. Like people like there's these rumors that MF Doom doesn't he sends out imposters to perform for him. But if you do the
mhm.
knowledge and you follow Marvel Comics, like that was Doctor Doom's shtick, right? Like the Fantastic Four would be fighting Doctor Doom for the whole comic, and they would beat him at the end. It would turn out it wasn't even him; it was a Doombot. So I was like, "Yo, MF Doom is fucking dedicated to this Doctor Doom shit," and I fucks with
Yes.
it. But now I agree with the whole not telling the public until the family was ready. Also, like he lost his son not too long ago. Previously, so the
Damn.
family had been going through loss for a while now, yo.
Mm.
But word, rest in peace, MF Doom. Very
Something
impactful.
that definitely gave me some emotions was when I saw, ironically, No Emotion Gold Mask post about MF Doom, and he talked about his impact and
Mm-hmm.
everything, and then at the end he was like, from one man in a mask, basically like from one man in a mask to another.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, oh man,
Right. Mad
mask
emotion,
squad.
gold mask.
Oof.
What else we got? So it's
Yeah, rest in peace, MF Doom. What about how you guys feel about? You heard about what's going on with Eminem and Snoop? Where Snoop said he was not Eminem was not in this top 10. Now it's going to
domestic
be
violence.
supposed to be some
That's
beef.
what that is, domestic violence. That sounds like a
And
family matter.
Aftermath on aftermath violence.
but
How?
Crooked Eye
Mm.
saying that it's going to be the most pulverizing beef ever.
It's
Do
not
do
gonna
Because
be
you
he
beef.
says people are going to make it a racial thing. So that's why.
That's because anything with Eminem is a racial thing, yo. Like, first
yeah.
of all, come on. It's not people aren't gonna make it a racial thing. He's people know he's the great white rapper, so it's already a
Yeah.
racial thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
As soon as Eminem comes in, Eminem can't do nothing without, you know what I'm saying, white rapper. That's it. He
right.
gotta represent. But you know what's funny to me? I didn't think of this until just now, but I'm pretty sure this shit is planned, set up for publicity, like at this point in time.
It could
Like
be.
at first I was like, but then at first I was like, how could they? Because Snoop said that kind of like whatever in an interview. But then I'm like, Eminem is really methodical, and
Mm-hmm.
Eminem and Snoop are friends.
Right.
So I would see Eminem calling up Snoop like, yo,
Or
what
at
if
least
I
call up
fucking,
Dre.
yeah, like what if I fucking came at you, bro?
Right.
Like, and Snoop was like, yo, like that could be something. Like, let's get it for
And not for
shizzle.
nothing, Eminem has been using fake beef to sell his albums for dumb long, yo. Like
Yeah.
that has always been the shtick. You know what I'm saying? There was even there was a thing that happened at the VMAs with him and who's that Sasha Baron Cohen character? One of them like
Borat
yeah, not but
or Ali G,
the gay one, Bruno. I think he like
Bruno.
was hanging from the rafters and fell in Eminem's lap, and it was all staged. You know what I'm saying? It's like these like yo, fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Still shame on you. Cut it out.
Yeah, cut
Nah.
it out. It's your problem.
Yeah. Why you trying to fool me all the time? Nah.
Right.
But nah. You're right. It might be fake, and because of that, I'm not invested. Also,
Yeah.
I don't think I think it's gonna be the less like if it is a real beef, like what's this based on? The fact that
Right.
Eminem doesn't like Snoop Dogg's opinion.
Right.
He said it in a mean way. Well, don't submit your shit to destructive criticism, Eminem, because we think a lot of it's garbage. What else we got?
So flipping from one aftermath partner to another, what do you think about the Benzino and Royce the 591? Probably nothing because you didn't seem to care about
Yo,
Eminem.
shout out to Benzino for somehow getting somebody to still care about him in
Bro,
2021.
I thought Nail in the Coffin and all that shit came out in 2003, 4. Like
Yo,
I thought, like Benzino, like I didn't realize, like I thought he was like just hiding out, chilling somewhere,
right. That's
living
what
the
he
rest
should
of his
be
life.
doing. Like Benzino, you got a record coming out or something, fam? He does. He
Bro, he's
has.
taking those shirtless, oily
Right.
ass pics with his fucking chest out. Like, bro, okay, you started hitting the gym at 50, got you,
Right,
no
right,
doubt.
right.
Good for you, bro. Like, that's
Right.
what's up.
Nobody still want to hear your bars, Benzino. And I know you a
Nobody
gangster.
ever did. I didn't like honestly. I didn't understand the Benzino beef to begin with because I'm like, he's like, is he a rapper? You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like, he
he
never
had
was
the
like,
source. He leveraged the source. That was
yeah,
his whole shtick. But I mean,
yeah.
yeah, Benzino, Schmenzino. Yo, shout out to Royce the 5'9". He keeps a lot of people relevant that really shouldn't be relevant just by talking about them.
But you know
Um,
what? He simultaneously keeps himself relevant by doing all that shit too. So
he
you know
do,
what I'm
but
saying?
also he
It
could
ain't a
rap,
selfless good deed. Royce the 5'9".
right? And also he could rap. Shout
He
out to him
could rap.
for balancing the scales with the nonsense and the rapping. What else we
Hmm.
got?
Hit Boy was named Producer of the Year in
Maybe.
2020. What do you think?
Okay, maybe. I don't like yo B. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me, but I don't follow who's the top producer like that anymore. Like back in the days, I feel like it was very like you were very aware. You were like, it's Pharrell, it's Timberland, it's Scott Storch. Now it's like it's Alchemist and a bunch of the other guys making the same beat over and over again. You know, Hit Boy. He is he the one that did the record with Nas?
Yes.
Okay, all right, I fucks with him.
You know what? I'm gonna fucking segue in this moment real quick because that whole producer and following producer things made me think of Havoc from Mobb Deep. and I was in a clubhouse the other
Mm-hmm.
day, like kind of welcoming him, right? And everybody in there, like everybody that was moderating the shit, including Have, was drunk. Like obviously,
Yeah.
like everybody was off the henny. Now me, I'm a fucking old school Mob Deep fan. Like I was such a Mob Deep fan, and it got me through a lot of shit. Like Mob Deep, I love them for
Right.
years.
Right. Right. Right.
So I was in there like really like wow, like goddamn, like wow, like I really wanted to like say something or whatever, but the shit that was going on in there, besides him dropping some gems, because he
Mm-hmm.
definitely did, like he showed what he made, what he used to make Quiet Storm, and
Oh wow.
basically like re-went through the whole process of it.
Yo,
And I'm like, yo,
Clubhouse is lit.
Clubhouse is lit for that. Clubhouse is
Yeah.
lit for that. But like the people that was moderating didn't really know the deep cuts and like the question, like those are the things that frustrate me sometimes on Clubhouse, because I'm like the people that's asking questions or having these interactions ain't really saying shit. You know
Yo,
what I'm
B,
saying? Like,
yeah, that's the thing that frustrates me with Clubhouse too. Like, there's no quality control, right? So it's like it's a
mm-hmm.
bunch of motherfuckers who might know what they talking about some shit, and it's like you jump into a room and Havoc's in there, and that's amazing. But like you saying, the moderators, they mob ain't deep, they mob
They
is
mob
shallow,
ain't deep. And he was twisted. So he was, you know what I'm saying,
right?
going off on these things and that things. And then he started talking about his brother that passed. And I was like off mute and I was like, oh, is that who you was talking about and where your heart at?
Yeah,
And he was like, yes. And I was
yeah,
like, I
bad,
wanted to say more because I'm like, yo, I know the deep cuts. Like for
right?
real, you know what I'm saying? Like I love that song. But then a bunch of people was like, yo, who said that? What female just said that? Blah blah blah. Because they were like, y'all talking about Quiet Storm, bro. Like you're
Right,
talking to Havoc about Quiet Storm, like as if you can't look that shit up on YouTube. You
right,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
Talk
right.
about some
Yeah,
shit that you can't fucking, you know what I'm
right.
saying? Like
The
you
mob deep
bugging.
cuts.
For real. Like talk about the fact that he's making tracks for Prodigy's daughter.
Yeah,
Talk about that. What the fuck? That shit
right.
is crazy. And apparently he got a track with Method Man coming out. So that's some
Facts.
news that you ain't getting
A
on
track or an album?
an album, a
Right,
project. But
right,
I
right,
guess he
right,
said
right.
that Method Man is taking his sweet time, like he's being slow with it.
He's being
So Method
methodical.
Man, yeah,
He's being
get to it,
methodical,
Method
man.
Man.
No, that's
Whoa,
dope.
whoa!
Yeah.
Why are you taking those gloves off? Hold on, put those gloves back on. Those gloves
Di-
is flagged.
Didn't you
About the
have didn't you have a fucking scarf that matched a second ago?
yeah, I
Eh,
did. But you know what I'm saying? You'll see that in a minute. It'll make
what
a it'll appear.
what else we got?
All right, so switching from that, from producer of the year, we got album of the year by Freddie Gibbs. Do you
Yeah,
you
I will
think?
be 100%. Freddie Gibbs is an MC that people keep telling me is super duper fly. I have not yet delved into his joints, so I can't say yes or nay. But I will say that the people that I respect say that the brother can spit. So,
I
Yeah,
mean,
which
I
album are
definitely
you
heard
talking
nothing.
about? The joint
uh,
with him and Alchemist.
it is Alfredo. It's called. I don't know
Who's
if
that? Him and who?
the I don't even. It doesn't
Alchemist.
even say. I'm pretty
Thanks,
sure.
Sue. Yeah, yeah.
It
I
is
heard a
Alchemist.
lot
Yeah.
of dope shit about that
All
too.
right. No doubt. Yeah, I like Alchemist.
Yeah.
Song of the year by Little Baby, The Big Picture. I don't know if you want to comment on
What
that.
awards is this?
Hip Hop Awards.
Oh, okay.
But from who? Who puts on the hip
DX.
hop
Hip
awards?
Hop DX.
Oh, Hip Hop DX. Yeah.
Oh shit. I'm like, what
Yo,
awards is this?
Yeah, Hip
shout,
Hop DX.
shout out to hip hop. Can we talk about hip hop DX as a whole thing? This is what I want to say. Sometimes hip hop DX be talking about hip hop. Sometimes hip hop DX be talking about
You
some
talking about
bullshit.
DX.
Yo, some of their shit, I'll be like, is this news? They'd be like, yo, motherfucker, it'd be like Ray J put a laughing emoji underneath comment on such and such's page. And I'd be like,
Yo, what?
is this hip hop news? You know what I'm saying? Like
But it is.
there's a motherfucker who gets paid to do this because I am in the wrong business. Anyway, but I fucks with
Yeah.
Hip Hop DX. They have been my source for hip hop news for a long time.
Do you check Hip Hop DX and Two Dope Boys and all those blogs now even for
Hip Hop
new hip
DX,
hop information?
Hip Hop DX, I still check. All the other ones like SOHH, I don't check none of them shits no more.
Complex.
Nope, none of it.
So Hip Hop DX is the only one.
It's the only one I actively go to.
Hmm.
Okay Player, nah, not even. But I will say, okay, there's some shit like from OK Player. That shit, like, it's in my cipher, right? So it shows up on my timelines anyway. Like somebody is going to check it and post it if it's worthy of being posted. But what's the question? The Baby being the best rapper, is that what it is?
Well,
Best
yeah, he
album?
did
Best
get Best
song.
Rapper too. That's funny you said that. I just scrolled down and it's it. that he's the best rapper as well. But
I
he
You
has
know
mean,
10
what I
songs.
think they're doing right there? Honestly, I think what they're trying to do is kind of offset the balance of Lil Baby getting snubbed at the, is it the baby or Lil Baby? Hold
the
up.
baby.
The
Oh,
baby.
never mind. Never
I
mind.
mean, like you got to
I was
prove it
talking
though.
about Lil Baby because everybody was talking about Lil Baby getting snubbed at the AMAs and Doja Cat winning AMAs, and I'm like, duh. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Yeah.
fucking, if they wanted to offset it with some awards for Lil Baby, but it's the baby, which also makes sense. You know, they've had kind of a similar trajectory of like putting out hot hits and classics and shit like that.
Right. They're starting as a baby and now they're growing up. No. Yo, he got to prove it, right? Like you could call yourself the greatest rapper of all time all you want. Wayne did it, right? But the thing about Wayne is he was dropping hit after hit, so it started to stick. If you say you're the greatest rapper of all time, all that does is bring the eyes and attention to you. And if you can't live up to that, you can't live up to that.
Hmm.
Like T.I. calling himself the king of the South. If somebody else would have did it, it wouldn't have worked because they wouldn't have had the same career.
Yep.
And then shit don't last either. T.I. ain't the king of the South no more.
Definitely not.
No,
All
he's
right.
not.
We got anything else?
Well, I should probably follow it up with this after Doom about one of the great choreographers and dancers, and
Oh, word.
Shaba Do.
Yeah.
Huh?
Him
Shaba Do passed.
from what was the movie?
Breaking.
Breaking. Yeah, the
Yes.
lead dude, he passed away. Him and the brother from Houdini passed away too. Yo, 2020 went out with like letting off shots at hip hop. It's disrespectful.
Whew.
I do not fucks with it. But rest in peace to all those people, man. Like,
Yeah,
all
it
you
was
can
a
say.
fucked up year
Rest
for
in
Yeah.
peace
sure.
to 2020, man. For
So you
real.
Right.
guys got any albums or songs that you want to say that you liked or inspired you from the last year since
Yo,
this is the new year?
that's a good idea. Definitely want to shout out to the Bad Guy, the album by Jess James. That shit is
Definitely.
Facts.
fire. Also, we can't we remiss if we don't mention No Beer So Feast by Big Zoo.
No
That
No
beard,
beef.
so
no
No.
fear.
no
No
yeah.
beard, so feast. No beard, so feast.
Say it
That's
again.
fire, cause
Yeah.
your beard feast. No beard,
Song.
so
Don't be
feast.
so fierce.
The remix.
Pardon my
New song.
dyslexia. By Big Zoo, who's in the Zoom
That
with us
shit
right
is
now.
fire. Next album, no beard, so feast.
Yo,
Forget it.
if you do like remixes where you like flip anyway,
Yeah.
nah, but no be so fierce. That's a dope album by Big Zoo. It's getting a lot of burn
Hmm.
within the collective and abroad. Is there any other album that you listening to, Dama?
I mean, I be listening to a lot of, you know what I'm saying, like Drake and fucking Doja Cat and whatever comes up on my playlist besides my
Mm-hmm.
peoples and shit like that. And then I be listening, honestly, I be listening to my own shit. Like if I'm gonna keep it 1,000, I'm putting out an album, Gangsta Bitch Love Songs, and I've been listening to all that shit nonstop, making new music and shit.
You
So
can I ask you about Doja Cat? Because like
yeah,
I sort of fucked
let's
with
talk
Doja
about
Cat,
it.
right? But then she did that messy shit, right? Doja Cat always does something that's like makes me look at her like, come on, Doja Cat. You know what I'm saying? So she did
Hmm.
that the thing when she was like in alt right chat rooms,
But this is the thing. This is the thing, because she already debunked. That's already been debunked. It's just this
debunked.
narrative that people want to go in. She's in Discord, like Tiny Chat, like those kind of things, which is an everybody chat room. It's like gamers and shit like
Uh,
that. And sometimes crazy alt right motherfuckers pass through there. All types of weirdos pass through there. I feel like that's really a place for weirdos and gamers to talk and be in video chat rooms with people. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So how she basically explained it is that that's, you know, like I know that those are the kind of room that there's just rooms all over the place. There's no alt-right room. It's just they pass through over there, but that she be fucking with them and she's a weird bitch. Like she, you know what I'm saying? Like
She is a
I
weird.
can't,
She's
she's a
weird.
really weird girl. Like
Yeah.
when I look at her personality, I'm like, I don't know if I could be your friend. Like I love your
Right.
music. Like her music is sick, and
Mm-hmm.
she's weird sometimes where I'm like, okay, this is our friends
Yo,
level of weird. Like she's smart, you know what
you
I'm
know what the
saying?
truth is? Sometimes weirdos are talented.
That's the fucking that's like a universal truth.
Yeah.
Sometimes weirdos are talented, straight up. That's
Um,
how it goes.
I think it's
But
time
I
for us to
love her music, man. I love her music like so much. She inspires me. Like she's a beast, bro. Melodies, beats, everything.
and
Yeah.
she does write a catchy ass song. I think it's time
Mhm.
for us to get into the second half of the show.
Mhm.
Destructive criticism. This is the part of the show where people submit their works for us to tear apart. I mean, for us to tear apart. Yeah, I'll hold on to that. We got a bunch of submissions from Facebook, a few submissions from Instagram, but we got a lot from what's the name of the group on Facebook?
Souls.
Let me see.
Underground Hip Hop or some shit like that.
Underground Hip Hop. Yeah, shout out to the Underground Hip Hop.
Unsigned Hip Hop.
Unsigned
Hip Hop. Yeah, shout out to everybody on Facebook. Shout out to everybody tuning in.
Facts. So
all right, so I'm gonna start sharing. You guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right.
Let's do it.
Hold up. There we go. All right, so this one is Ride or Die by...
That's not a video, that's just a...
all right, so then we'll go to the next one. Forster House, 2020. What's up, Tan? I hear you over there.
I'm super ready. I've never been more ready in my life.
Did you do the delay click thing when you... the boxes?
What?
Did you check the boxes? For the optimal viewing when you share the screen?
Put out this rap album to out-rap them, smash mouth them. Hey now, you're an all-star,
okay.
I'm a black chasm at the center of the galaxy that'll outlast them. Now that's awesome. Y'all
I know Merc.
Zombies on some bath salts and I'm fast talking. These assholes think they mad dogs, but they actually trash bags. Used to stash dogs, so you spit fire. I'm a stunt suit, used to crash cars and flame retardant. Super hot, the truth is you and not. Superhuman guys pray to me like some Huguenots. Tell my Uber drop me at the swap meet, set up shop and drop some hot beats. You should cop 3. I produce a lot, I got heat, and it's not free. Convicted shooter lot, got keys, you can't stop me. Use your illusion, guns and roses, roses and guns. Vietnam protest might sober you up. From the fog of war, my references are over your guts. Maybe not anymore, but only if it opens you up. Overflowing your cup, my pictures printed on posters and pubs. Propaganda probably poison and poses and punks, pussies.
I always want something from me. There's no clothes, only one me. They blood sucking, money hungry. And my foresight 2020, yeah. They always want something from me. There's no clothes, only one me. They blood sucking, money hungry. And my foresight 2020.
And I did this album to disembowel them. This is now one wicked outcome. You can't outrun 5,000 climbing down from the throne on the highest mountain. I'm the rain when the clouds come. Look at how dumb they all sound like. This is one big fucking clown show. What's that shit about, yo? Are they really serious? They just inferior specimens. Let them in. Lock the door and let's begin. Cause many men have tried, but none have succeeded. Cause I'm undefeated and what they need is practice. The fact is, I am Atlas. I got the world on my back, bitch. And I got your girl doing backflips. And I'm a cool motherfucker like Sigmund Freud. Collect call by we had a baby, it's your boy. Camtron can't run, gonna get destroyed. I'm like leg day, I am what these kids avoid. Cause this particular curriculum is for the meticulous. Strictly business when I get up in this, don't be ridiculous. It's been rigorous and strenuous, but when you get this feeling, there's really just no comparison. I swear it's embarrassing that they
I always want something from me. There's no clothes, only one me. They blood sucking, money hungry. And my foresight 2020, yeah. I always want something from me. There's no clothes, only one me. They blood sucking, money hungry. And my foresight 2020.
I'ma drop a album that arouse 'em, straight douse 'em. Spitting fire, stretching out my vocals, call me J-Dows'em. Not a street fighter, but I seem like I am Bison. I am bossing, y'all some food platters. All these new rappers, all those tune slackers, all they do is move ass backwards. I'm a booty slapper, super dapper, who the music plug. I'm the new adapter, you could use a hug. I'm spreading love and yelling Buddha after. Listen, my position karma, but I'm spitting harder. Call up your physician, have him scribble a prescription for you. This a different karma, cause you didn't listen when I warned you. Y'all are kids and I'm your father, go sit in the corner, bitch. I'm looking naughty with this shit, gripping the portal gun. Audio, bring the audience to auditoriums. Automatic mind eraser, wasn't what you thought it was. All you see is my IG page with all the little hearts it up. Yo, Merc, you that dude, but you about to out-rap who? I will get on your track and out-rap you. Foster House crew, it's not a diss, we mad cool. That's just how we do, don't make us have to get at you.
I always want something from me.
Oh my God.
No clones, only one me. They blood sucking, money hungry. And my foresight 2020, yeah. They always want something from me. There's no clothes on you want me. They blood sucking money hungry. My foresight 2020.
Okay.
All right. Um, there's a lot.
Goddamn.
There's a lot of
Listen,
good stuff to say about it. There's a lot of critique I got to give it to.
Had the same sentiments.
Do you wanna start, Dama?
I'll tell you what. I'll give you my critique first. I'm gonna do an open face compliment sandwich. So, so 3 verses is fucking too long these days. Like I can't listen to it without a change up in the beat or a change up in the song. 3 verses is way too long. The second dude, his raps were nerdy and he was dressed nerdy and it was like nerdy overload. I could have taken just one of those things, like either dress nerdy and rap a little less nerdy, or rap nerdy and don't dress as nerdy. Basically, that was a little nerdy, but and I like that was too long. But it's like I'm glad I made it to the end of the video because the end of the video was fucking, you know what I'm saying, a twist and whatever the case is. And I just want to say that I've known Merc and I've been a fan of Merc and everything he does since I was like 19, like when I first saw him, even like younger than that, like 18 or something, when Zeps put me on and we went to Albany and I saw him and his band perform. And they do like some crazy mashup of hip hop and doo-wop and pop and everything like that. And he inspired the fuck out of me. So I fucked with everything that he's put out all these years, like all their albums and everything like that. And I love that he's doing something new and different. And you know, he could rap his ass off, like his verse, like, and I like that the last dude came in and was like, yo, I'm gonna come on your track and body you, like that hip hop competitive spirit that people fear these days. Like he had that, and that's what's up. And Merc definitely fucking
Merc bodied it. Merc was the best verse on the shit. So he can come on the track and say that shit, but it's like you are not even coming close to making that a reality.
Right.
So this is my I'm not gonna do an open face critique sandwich. I'm just gonna go in. Motherfuckers playing poker is a cliche that we've seen a bajillion times. It's a boring cliche. The framing is boring. The location is boring. It's a drab scene. It's not as colorful as the song that you're actually presenting us. That should have been better. First of all, Merc bodied it. Bodied it. The beat itself, though, does not lend itself to how like hard body the verse is, right? So it's like it gives me kind of like Run the Jewels vibes. And I was thinking like if the drums were hitting like a Run the Jewels-esque song, then I would have fucking loved it. Second of all, the verses and the chorus are not the same song, right? So you motherfuckers are rapping mad animated. You're going off ham on the thing, and the chorus comes on. It's like honey. So it's like the verses are Run the Jewels, the beat is Drake, and it's like it's fucking me up. You know, like so it doesn't sound like a cohesive song. What's his name? Merc bodied it. Second dude, for second dude and the third dude, your flows are on point. Like how it sounds is on point. What you saying is very vanilla. Like, you know, you're not saying anything like clever or captivating. There's some mentions of a portal gun. There's, you know, you're holding Pokemon cards and saying things, and those are interesting. But it's like, yo, if you're gonna be a character rapper, if you're gonna be an animated rapper, you gotta be animated in your delivery somehow too. It's like I can't tell you specifically what to change or what to do to make it more captivating, but both of those dudes, like there's something missing in your delivery or your voice that you need to like find to like be impactful. Like Merc bodying it. Like I see this dude and I'm like, I want to hear more from this dude. I hear these other two dudes and I'm like, that's cool. It's not whack. Like I'm not saying it's whack. It's just like very, very. It's like bread with nothing on it, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like you are rapping and you are flowing, but that's kind of where it stops.
Yeah, for sure. But shout out to Merc. That was definitely a great thing. And I like that Foster House. I like that name. I'm definitely biased because, you know what I'm saying, Merc, that's the homie and shit. You know what I'm saying? The whole band. But I definitely agree. We saw so many fucking playing cards, playing poker tables. And but what I did like was that the Pokemon cards and the Oreo cookies, like that was cute little add-ons that I was like, okay, cool. They try to make it unique, you know what I'm saying? But it's definitely a played out
yeah. And it's also
taste.
it doesn't look like the look of it isn't necessarily as animated or as like fun as what you're trying to express to us. Like, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, even when he's wearing his underwear at the table, it's like, I get that that's supposed to be funny, but the
Right.
actual visual isn't as funny as it could be. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But it's solid. It's a solid showing.
Yeah, good production value.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go. The next one is Rish Wolf. Song is Cash. So
Rich or Rish?
Rish,
Rish
R I
Wolf.
Rich Wolf.
S
Okay,
H.
Rish.
Why don't you just back the fuck up, man? What is that shit?
As a youngin', my elders failed more than once. I sat back and observed, trying to hold my buzz. Tried to school me on the things they didn't know I was. Watched it take a toll on them as I rolled some crumbs. Rolled a blunt cause I smoked too much. Took a hit, tried to be legit, but they ain't a product that I couldn't flip. I soaked it up, all the lessons that I've overcome. Even showed some love to all these people, but it's not enough. Not enough. When you're taking what is not yours. Not enough. When you're making what I got yours. It's not enough when you ain't working with a limit and you think that you can get it, so I give it, yet you want more. Super fiends with the encore. Yeah, bunch of snakes in the lawnmower. Whoa. Try to mimic how I'm living, but the difference is I'm gifted with the vision that I opt for.
You got any drugs? You know where I can score some drugs? Within a day, everyone would be selling.
I always had the product I was never without. I was trapped in the trap house and I never went out. Cause the money was coming in more ways it can count. Plus the plug made sure I never sell out. If you checked me back then, you had to check it and bounce. Like a bad check you couldn't cash from a checking account. You owe me, homie, then I'm checking them out. So don't write checks, your pockets can't cash when you step in my house. Sold you weed in your time of need. You paid me to get you dope, that's a finder's fee. Even on my day off when I'm declining, these phone calls super fiends be finding me. Told them not to ring me down between 9 and 3 in the day, but the nighttime is fine by me. But if you get my voicemail, don't leave a message, I won't get it. Just send me a text, you won't regret it.
Here's why. It's an unbeatable market force, man. It's a 300% markup value. You can go out on the street and make $500 in 2 hours, come back and do whatever you want to do with the rest of your day. And I'm sorry, you're telling me that white people will still be going to law school?
What city is this? Is this LA?
Good question.
He
I
sounds
didn't
like
know.
a Cali rapper.
I feel like this was like a commercial to encourage white people to sell drugs, and I'm like, I'm cool with that. Um, yo, this is what I'll say about this. A lot of it's solid. A lot of it I got no beef with. The beat was funky. The man actually can rap. He knows how to rap. But like, yo, rappers, we got to be honest about the sound of our voices and what we can do with it, right? Like James Earl Jones has a certain sounding voice, and because of that, the sounds of his voice, there are avenues that are easier for him than if you were Gilbert Godfrey, like, you know. And it's like, yo, this dude has a like a higher register voice, right? And then he's also you're half-ass auto-tuning it, right? So you got like an effect on it, but you're not all the way auto-tuning it. Like you're not going all the way. You just have like this effect on it, and the effect is like a higher version of your already high sounding voice. And it's like, and you talking all this gangster shit, and it's like it just isn't connecting, right? Like if you had someone like Nims saying those exact same bars,
We don't believe you. You need more people.
it would be way more threatening, you know what I'm saying? Like he's like what did he say? Something like, I sold you weed in your time of need, but it was like, I sold you weed in your time. Like, even that sounds a little bit more animated than how he was saying it. So it's like, yo, I would, if I was this artist, I would fuck around with my voice and my delivery in the studio until I found something that like worked for the content that I was trying to put out, because that like is, I didn't believe you, you know. And it's not even like I don't believe you, like I don't know your life, I don't know who you are. You could actually be the person doing these things, but it's not coming across in the music that way. You know what I'm saying? And if that's what you're selling, if you're selling this idea that you just super hustler drug dealer for like mad people, it's more important for your artistic career that it sounds believable than it is believable, you know?
You know who it reminded me of? You know, Bong Appetit on Vice.
Oh,
Abdullah.
my boy, yeah, Abdullah. That's my
Yeah,
boy.
yeah. No, that's the homie. Yeah,
Yeah,
I only met him a couple times through Spills, but
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
shout out to Spills. So it reminded me of like Abdullah while doing Bong Appetit was like rapping
Yo,
because it was like
yeah.
this like Cali culture. I don't even know if this was in Cali, but it felt like Cali. It was like Cali culture and like the way he's dressed, the way he's moving around. Like I definitely didn't think gangsta or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like yeah, I definitely get what you're saying on the register situation for sure.
Also
And
on a.
like there was a lot of more basic rhymes in there. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like, but it's all right because I like some of the hooks and some of the transitions, but I can't stress this enough. Like the reason that we really thought Merc bodied it is when you're listening to it, you're listening to like clever craftiness of
Mm-hmm.
a verse where it's like you went that extra step to make everything just in these two bars start with a P. You went the extra step to make sure that this makes sense in two ways, like those kind of things. And I could tell
Mm-hmm.
that this dude could definitely rap and probably freestyle his ass off and
Right,
have like
right, right.
fun at parties, rapping and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
100%. So, you know what I'm saying? Peace to that.
Right, right, right. So yeah, not this is not trash, but there's definitely like
Right.
you have work to do to bring it to a place where like people are this is somebody's favorite song.
Right.
What else we got, Sos?
But that
Oh,
is definitely the same sentiment I have with you too. Is like I think he could rap, but his voice does not match.
nah, and then
Mhm.
he's doing extra shit. Like the auto tune is like now
A lot
it's
of people rap with auto-tune nowadays, and I don't understand it. It's not necessary.
especially if you're not using it, if it's not helping the song or your delivery, yo.
Right.
Oh,
You say
Oh,
it.
but
You
also
stop
low
saying
key, Abdullah, his little brother, could rap.
it. I believe it.
Shout out to Abdullah. Shout out to my boy Spills.
Spills and I came up with, and you came up with the song. I hate rappers with their. I hate rappers with their. I hate rappers with the. Like yo, that shit was crazy, yo, and that applies to this show.
Yo, we got. Are you playing something?
You're
I
not
think-
you guys
sharing.
don't see it? Oh, all right, my
No.
bad.
No. I was like, I hear it, but I don't see it.
I don't know why.
Walk inside a
You see it now? All right, cool. Because it said I was sharing. It had the whole screen up there and everything. I bet. All right, so this is White Mike Ghost Town 2020.
White Mike.
Yeah, with an MIC.
Okay.
This is a very relentless disease.
This is the most scared I've ever been being an ER doctor.
Stay home with your loved ones. Don't go out.
Indoor dining, bars, and movie theaters are closed.
Open the schools. We have to open our
Today, because of the pandemic, it is a virtual ghost town.
Ghost town, ghost town, ghost town, ghost town.
2020's been funny, man. Ain't nobody liking it. Some people sipping Corona and other people's fighting it. I'm breaking down, about to roll it up and light it. Seem like the world's frozen from COVID, there's no excitement. Remember last year when you thought you had it bad? Now look at us all, wishing we could have it back. Remember last year? Them nights you had a blast when you could walk inside a store without wearing a mask, when you could find something new to watch on Netflix and Hulu. But I done seen them all and watched up all the shit that's on YouTube. Some shit about an assassin, fuck that bitch Carol Baskin. Just finished season 3 of Pump with my boy Ashton. I need out of this house, I'm so tired of this couch. I'd like to punch the mayor of Wuhan right in his mouth. All the concerts was canceled and the festivals too. Fucked all my plans, this year's as bland as canned festival soup. That's why I stepped in this booth, so I can document it. And when I'm older, ask the grandkids if they got a minute, and play this song and let them know that I'm the one who made it. And let them listen to the story about the year that everything was closed down, like a ghost town. And if it goes up, then it must go down. So let's just slow down and take control now, cause we all still got a long road to roll down. Everything was closed down, like a ghost town. But if it goes up, then it must go down. So let's just slow down and take control now, cause we all still got a long road to roll down. The governor just said the bars could open again. Limit 30 people and the shit closes at 10. Now I'm far from a doctor, but that ain't sounding right. I guess Corona only likes to come out at night. And my hands are drying from sanitizing. I might have used more than the advertisement was advertising. I went a little crazy with it, basically bathing in it, staying away from anybody who been behaving different. If I see you coughing or losing breath like you jogging more, I'm turning my ass around and walking right out the door, cause I can't be close to sickness. That's why I social distance. COVID is throwing wrenches all in our coexistence. I just missed the way it was, never thought I'd say that. We
been taking life for granted, maybe this is payback. I just made this song so that whenever it play back, I can reminisce on them crazy days from way back.
Everything was closed down, life goes down, but if it goes up, then it must go down. So let's just slow down and take control now. We all still got a long road to go down.
He's so
Everything was
cute.
closed down, life goes down, but if it goes up, then it must go down. So let's just slow down, take control now. We all still got a long road to go down, road to go down.
Okay, so that was cute. That was cute. It was mixed bad, but it's like, it's like when you look at like Dude, and you hear the beginning of the song, you're like, this is about to be terrible. Because that's how I was feeling. Like when I saw that beginning with the mad emotional intro and 2020 and the news articles, I'm like, this is about to be so whack.
Facts.
But then he started with that melody, and it like a lot of shit is off, but the shit is a bop. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo, but
and they put a lot of effort into like the little things, the little sound effects, the little extra, like this is a fucking constructed thing that they did. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, you know what, bro, you should be proud of that. Like,
almost
you should be proud of that.
You should be almost proud of that.
You should be almost proud of that.
Can I just say, I think it's a little serious satire-ish too in there. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Yeah. Pick a song, B. Are you trying to make an emotional, teary like song, or are you trying to make a jokey thing? And there's a balance that you could flip. That's not it. Like that beat, that's not the beat for that song.
That's not the beat for that.
That's not the beat for that song. Like like this is why rappers need A&Rs. You need somebody to come in and take your vision that is a solid vision and make it like marketable, right? If you think about like Eminem's first album or his second album, the Slim Shady LP, he's got songs that are like humorous but like deep at the same time, like Brain Damage, Ever Since the Day I Was Born, Drugs are what they, you know what I'm saying? And it's like you want something that hits like that has the melody and the emotionalness of it, but still has like the drums and the beat of something that you could like be playful over, because your bar work is entertaining. Like the verses you have written are entertaining.
And you know what remind me of Nelly.
Right. It's almost like you almost got a country song going there.
Yeah, I think he is from Kentucky, because when he was telling us about the shutdown.
But you lean in too deep into the sappiness on the sound bed, right? Like you don't need a song that sounds that like like you need something that's like more hip hop, still kind of emotional, still has like an emotional like melody or whatever that you can still do that over and then like spit those same verses, because those verses, like the song itself, the written song, good, solid. You has a sense of humor. You're hitting current events. You know, I would listen to you rap that again. I just don't ever want to hear you rap that over that beat again.
Yeah, that beat was definitely melancholy as fuck.
Right.
And then you got like, I don't know if it was a little kid or a girl singing that hook with him, but what I liked about that is it reminded me of like back in the day where somebody would just get like their cousin or niece or some shit to sing the hook. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, this is that bitch from downstairs, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, right. I like it.
I like that, but there's a lot that needs to be done with that. Like,
right. It's a well-written song. That's just not the beat for it.
It is a well-written song.
Yeah, he's definitely clever for sure.
But I couldn't stand his socks though. When he was sitting on that couch watching TV, I hated them socks. I couldn't stand. Those socks look terrible, bro.
That's like, another
it's a rap
thing.
video at the end of the day, bro. Come on.
That's another thing. The fucking drone shots were beautiful. Then you had other shots that is like, is this an iPhone? Like when he's sitting at the bar and the dude says like, it's like, yo, the going back and forth between like these high quality shots of you like flying through the streets of Newport, Kentucky, and then you go to like these things that's like, is this an iPhone in your house? Which
what a weird angle that was too.
Right.
Like,
and even when he was like eating the soup, it's like, one, we get the visual when you say it. You don't have to show that exact same visual, but also at the same time, it's like, yo, B, if you're gonna spring for the money for that drone shit, get a camera for the rest of it, because it is going back and forth. But that drone shit was beautiful. Like the shots over the the stadium and shit like that, I was like, okay, Kentucky.
You know, a lot of rappers, like when they want to keep it super real, like they're just like they show up to a video shoot, like I'm gonna dress like myself because they're influenced by people like Wu-Tang Clan or whatever that showed up to video shoots looking mad dusty and it worked for them. But at the end of the day, Dusty was their brand. You know what
But
I'm
they
saying?
still dusty with fly cameras.
Fly shit. Like they had the interesting color combinations. They had like
Right.
really unique clothes. It was pieced together by stylists.
Right,
too.
it's fake
Like,
dusty. It's styled
Right.
dusty. Also, but
Right.
no, Verb said it might be stock footage. I thought the same thing too. But then there's a scene of him walking down the street, and you could tell I don't know if it's still a drone, but he's like it's like beautiful footage. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With him in it. So that's when I was like, nah, yo, you definitely sprung for like a drone or for like a camera dude for some of this, and for some of it you didn't, and obviously it shows.
It could be lighting, and definitely could be bad color grading as well.
Yeah.
By the editor, it could be that as well. But
Yeah.
let's move on.
Let's move on.
All right. So this is Kansas Breezy.
We haven't had any straight up trash today. That's that's good.
It's boring.
It is a little boring. But if people ain't trash, they're not trash.
Nah, yeah. Facts.
Vacation rap keys.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rizzy, bro.
Yeah.
You don't know what you got from California.
That's it, bro.
Yeah. Send him Aight.
I got the calico. Calico everywhere. From my head to toe, cause I keep it cool.
Keep it cool.
I run this shit for my people. Turn the mic on, turn the bass on. Let's do that dope shit. Run the band. I got the calico. I'm in the curtain closed. Running cool, keep it real, that's my thing from day one, I run the calico show like a mental production on a hustle to proven sleeping improver with a cast call, killing this swagger, going one and getting a lot of cash. It won't make me going after BJ, cause I'm living my life like a nobody's business. Living life like I got a calligraphy, acting like I got an instrument for my ninja ring and diamond. I got a graduate with an enemy, cause I'm looking forward with my life and my families. I'm the control on my life. I got a savage mindset. I'm just a controller myself. I can have a lot of nigga if you follow my feeling. I wouldn't be talking to anybody if I don't pretend. I got the calico everywhere. From my head to toe, cause I keep it cool. Keep it cool. I run this shit for my people. Turn the mic on, turn the bass on. Let's do that dope shit. Run the band. I got the calico. I'm in the curtain closed. Running cool, keep it real, that's my thing from day one, I got the calico. I'm in the curtain closed. Running cool, keep it real, that's my thing from day one, if you don't.
I fucks with it, B.
There's things I fucks with it on, but that shit sounded like it was recorded in voice recorder on the fucking iPhone. Like he played the beat outside in the background. Like James said, this is why I tell people to spit in their own language, because when he was spitting in English, like you trying to reach the English market, but you really ain't saying shit. Like we listen to this, like this means nothing. These sentences don't even go together.
He just took a bunch of words that were said in trap songs. He's like, I'm gonna say these words
from day one.
I got the calico. Yo, not for nothing. No, if I was high out of my mind and somebody put that on, I don't know. I would be vibing. Yo, I got the calico.
I mean, once it comes back around 3-4 times, then by the end of it, you're like, I got the calico. Like,
right.
But that song sounds like shit. And that video is terrible. Like it's
you don't like the thought bubbles that pop up like bloop, 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 bloop.
I'm about to let me dance now, but then he doing the same shit he was doing the whole entire time. He ain't even do nothing different. Like he ain't even do like a break, like a dance break.
Where are they from?
I don't know.
Is that Africa?
I don't know.
Maybe South Africa. Maybe.
That's what makes me soft on it, yo. It's like,
yeah.
I know these motherfuckers is in a motherland. They just trying to get they fucking,
They're trying to do it. Yeah, I feel you. Like they trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The English market with the, you know what I'm saying? Let me
my man jumped over the river between two boulders. I was like, that's a metaphor in itself. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I wonder if he was rapping about that in his verse. Because it's like, you know how when you listen to different languages, like you can't tell what they're saying, but you can tell if they're killing it. And I could tell that he wasn't killing it. You know what I'm saying? But the shit was like, they're like, I see what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And if it was recorded better and I could get past that point, then the catchiness of it and the vibe of it and all the things in it would definitely make it into a song. You know what I'm saying?
It's cute. It's one of those things where it's like, if you don't take it serious, right? Like it's like your little brother comes, it's like, listen to my rap. If you take him serious, you like, that shit is whack, fam. Don't ever come to me with no whack shit like that ever again in your life, or I disown you, right? But if you look at it as like your little brother, you're like, oh, that's cute. You trying, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So when I look at it like that, I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers out there, they trying to get their little rap on. I'm like, oh yeah. You try to get your little rap on.
And as Bax,
keep going, keep trying.
As you'd say, choose one thing. If you're gonna rap in one language, you choose one thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to confuse us. I might not understand you. I'm like, no.
Listen, usually I like that shit if it makes sense, or if it's something that like I couldn't even like when I hear fucking like Mike Swift's people in the Philippines rapping and they fucking killing it, and then all of a sudden they slip in a word like Michael Jackson, and it's like, oh shit, I know what he's saying. In the midst of all this
word.
that I'm hearing, I like, I'm like, oh shit, a word I know. You know what I'm saying? But if you make a whole hook in English of sentences that don't coincide together, and I can hear that in English they don't coincide together, and then you switch to your language and then flip it in, like, I'm like, then it's confusing. You know what I'm saying?
What happens to those other two guys? Did they come back at the end of the video? I'll never know.
We'll never know.
We got a couple of things to get into. What do we got going right now?
All right, so Young God.
Fardley.
Do Precious Gorgeous next after Young God.
Got you.
Fardley Flew.
I know somebody woke up.
I don't see nothing. Am I bugging out?
Oh, it stopped sharing.
It keeps on cutting my shit off for some reason. It's weird.
I got the calico.
Yeah, that shit is catchy.
That's it, catchy, right, fam? That's all.
I know somebody woke up going through it today, financially, physically, or mentally, maybe even spiritually. But I ain't your pastor. I just want you to know, stay down like you on your knees praying. You gonna be alright. There's people depending on people like you and me. If we don't do it, somebody else will. Police popping up in every club. Let nigga shit get real. This ain't no way to live. The rest is snake sharing bills.
First, I hit this road.
But just stay down. The rain ain't stopped, it's pouring. Don't stop, little nigga, keep going. Shit hard, just need a little motivation. I know how I feel to lose your patience before destruction, a warning. First, they hate this a warning. You know they be saying a lot of shit, not a single word gon' make you rich. The rain ain't stopped, it's pouring. Don't stop, little nigga, keep going. Shit hard, just need a little motivation. I know how I feel to lose your patience before destruction, a warning. First, they hate this a warning. You know they be saying a lot of shit, not a single word gon' make her rich. Fucking the game and I'm hella bent. Little bitch like she sell a bin. 3900 Blue Benjamin. I guess she thinking she pulled a trick. Investigation, son of a bitch. 12 on my head, they trailing me. Turn left and right, do it again. I disappear high in the hemisphere. Slander my name like on the kid. Shit fucked up how they did the kid. Get bad, but don't get away with the shit. For every action, there's a consequence. Double the price, there's a quarter brick. And I never touched the phone in the split. Bounce it back like I water whip. Ain't tripping, fended when I trip. Ice, glacier, Titanic shit. Trying to balance this way, pray I don't slip. You ever had someone cross your house, took a loss and you act like it don't count. Devil on your back trying to bring you down. Head up, but slowly breaking down. Head over water, get hard not to drown. Since food, they want me in the ground. Fake love, I don't need it around. Rock gold, balance it all out. Money come between it, we fall out. I remember we used to ball out. Counting up, running up, lost count. Bag them up with a zipper zip. Just like this another, I spent the bag. Swatch your life out for a bag. The rain ain't stopped, it's pouring. Don't stop, little nigga, keep going. Shit hard, just need a little motivation.
I feel the same way about this that I felt about the Kentucky dude.
First they hate this a warning. You know they be saying a lot of shit, not a single word gon' make you rich. The rain ain't stopped, it's pouring. Don't stop, little nigga, keep going. Shit hard, just need a little motivation. I know how I feel to lose your patience before destruction, a warning. First they hate this a warning. You know they be saying a lot of shit, not a single word gon' make them rich. Feet on recline, I'm saying back. Entertainment at its best. Finessing to bless you with a check. Turns your back and broke your neck. Flew past them, they fucking with a vet. Working with 12, speak on my name. They should be a shot playing police game. When you get money, environment change. Nigga be plotting, bitches doing the same.
You can stop it.
Still doing what they can't. They thinking it heal, but it ain't. Fell asleep in a bag.
Yo.
Okay.
So a few things I want to talk about here. One is rappers, when you choose your locations for your music videos, like some shit that seemed like a great idea, like none of this is bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the standing on the random corners, the streets after a rain. I get what you're going for, but it is random, right? Like none of it really sets, like it's not landmarks. It's not anything that shows us what city you in, and it's not like framing wise, it's kind of just like, oh, that's a street. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you could get more impactful stuff.
They did graffiti on that street.
Right, like that's graffiti. Like you could get more impactful stuff. Like if you were like sitting on your front porch with that same song, right? I don't know if you got a front porch, but like something that's like you doing a song that's like supposed to be. It sounds like it's supposed to be like near and dear, but it's like what's near and dear in these frames that you're giving us, right? Like, is this your city? Is this where you grew up? Is this your park? Is it like, you know what I'm saying? Secondly, yo, just because you're writing a sad song or a song that has like heartfelt shit to it doesn't mean the beat gotta be sad. Like that shit, like your flow is bouncy. You know what I'm saying? You're and you rapping it like lively. So it's like if this shit was more of had more knock to it, I think it would be a better song. Like the sad piano shit, it's like, yo, if you're gonna rap like that, then don't do the sad piano shit, right? Like if you do the sad piano shit, then like rap in a way that like lends itself to that. But it's like, yo, you rapping. I wish I could like just like to do from Kentucky. I wish I could take the verses and put them on a different beat. You know, I feel like it would be a better song.
You know what's crazy? I didn't even mind the beat so much. There's the tacky piano shit that I did mind, but I didn't mind the beat as much as I minded the lack of pausing. Like his voice sounded like Quavo, and it was like the whole time I kept thinking like this is what Quavo would sound like if all he wanted to do was keep it real and couldn't pause and fucking like let the beat breathe.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? Like flow, you know what I'm saying? Because that flow is just too much. Like it keeps going and keeps going.
And he's throwing the ad libs in where pauses could be. So it's like
and the ad libs overlap in a way that like I don't hear either now. Like they clash with each other in a way that I don't hear either now. And it sounds cluttered. It's like too much. Like, and then the hook is the same thing. Like there's no break in the hook. So there's like no part of the beat in which you just take a step back and fucking, you know what I'm saying, get in a different pocket or something. Right. Keeps going the same way. So I got really tired of it really fast.
All in all, though, it's a solid thing, and like whoever shot the video, whoever edited it, like you have talent, right? There is talent there, but I think you both in the making of the song and the making of the video, you can be more deliberate in your choices. Like, why are we on this corner? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how do you want this song to sound? You know, and it's like, good job, not great job.
It really is about the why, and that's what people attract to. Is like, who are you and why do you do this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
why were they standing in front of that? It was like a restaurant or a hotel or I was like, why are we here?
Yeah.
And I'd like to mention, he said it was raining and pouring, and in the video, it wasn't raining and pouring.
It had just finished raining and pouring.
Yeah, it looked like it was like moist outside and shit. Like they just missed the rain.
I feel like they was waiting. Like they was like, "You're gonna shoot the next time it rains. We're gonna shoot this video," and they had to like run out and do it. You know what I'm saying?
They're like, "Yo, I know you said rain, but I can't get my camera wet, fam."
Facts.
So let's go to the next one. Precious Gorgeous.
Precious Gorgeous.
This is his new video.
It's like, what's the name and what's the name of the song, right?
He hit us up live, so I figure he's tuning in. Let's give him a rock.
Shout out to Precious Gorgeous. He's been on the EO Zoom.
Come on.
Listening sessions.
Bad at wood enough hatch than you did. You're just a little bird on the wing, a little bird on the wing. Just gotta find the courage to live. To dive head first in the wind. You're still a bird on the wing. Yeah, danger still lurk on the ground. Sometimes the sky is your friend and you're hurt and you're scared. But your song's still yours to sing. You're still a little bird on the wing, little bird on the wing. Up early this morning, birds high out for the worm and the word. First light, pencil and saw. Touchdown on the ground for a drink, then a light upon the branch that supports. Beat your wings at your sides, take a breath. Each day brings a gift like a storm. The bugs see them crawl, the silver streak of the fish. Bees buzz, you're of one accord. It's a dance, just a beat in a drum. Without you, it's missing a part. You're the crest, you're the comb, you're the plumage. Splash of color we thought we saw. There's a rhythm to the world that play, but it's difficult to see on the floor. That's why it's so sweet when you speak. Heaven and earth await for your song. Bad egg wouldn't have hatched and you did. You're just a little bird on the wing, still a bird on the wing. Just gotta find the courage to live, to dive head first in the wind, still a bird on the wing. Yeah, danger still lurk on the ground. Sometimes the sky is your friend and you're hurt and you're scared, but your song's still yours to sing, and he's still a bird on the wing, little bird on the wing. You left out the nest premature, at least that's what you think when it's hard. It's cold in the north, trying to fly south for a sec. Sad to believe in your home, been perched for a bit. Couple of your pals got clipped, y'all was just riding high, now that's it. Now you got your flock, got your clique, y'all gather the flock on them suckers to let them know what you think, what choice do you get? Till we start striking and robbing, we was just out here getting swallowed. Nobody want pigeon on the party, Eagles come out, everybody want duck, want turn right and rent. Make me long for simpler times, when it was just me in the sky. Felt like I took it for granted, God I promise I wouldn't again if there would be a next time. Bad egg wouldn't have hatched and you did. You're just a little bird on the wing, still a bird on the wing. Just gotta find the courage to live, to dive head first in the wind. He's still a bird on the wing. Yeah, danger lurk on the ground. Sometimes the sky ain't your friend and you're hurt and you're scared, but your song's still yours to sing, and he's still a bird on the wing. Every move I choose, I fall down, I lose. Used to tell the truth, lose my shirt, my shoes. Sometimes I'd rather be bad, does no good being good. Then I heard a wise owl say, who there 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 who. Bad egg wouldn't have hatched and you did. You're just a little bird on the wing, still a bird on the wing. Just gotta find the courage to live, to dive head first in the wind. You're still a bird on the wing. Yeah, danger still lurk on the ground. Sometimes the sky ain't your friend and you're hurt and you're scared, but your song's still yours to sing, and he's still a bird on the wing, little bird on the wing. Just a little bird on the wing.
All right, you can stop it.
Yep.
Still a little bird on.
All right, I'm gonna just say this. This is what happens when you're genuinely just being authentic to the point where, like, no matter what critique we can give, like, I could have done without that second to last verse. I wish it would have just went right into that last verse where it just went who
right.
Who,
The right. I feel the exact same way. The chorus, bringing the chorus back after the hootie hoo. I was like, I don't want to hear the chorus again. I was done with the
right.
But,
and that last verse before the verse where he did that,
Mm-hmm.
like, because there was like 4 verses total on there. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I could have done without that, or I could have done without that third verse, and just went right to the fourth after the hook. And but it's like.
But that's just personal preference.
Right. When I'm listening to it, it sounds like a song that I would hear in a movie, that I would hear in a TV show, even though it's not the conventional thing of what's supposed to be hot or whatever the case is. It's just so real. I could hear it on skateboarding videos. I could see it on something when you're driving by. Like, it's just like some real authentic shit that you can't even like when we watch these videos, a lot of our critique comes from the fact that they're trying to reach a certain thing and they're almost hitting it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when you see something like this, you're not even trying to reach a thing. You're creating something completely different.
You just your world. You're being a thing, right? Because it's like, because a lot of these people is like, oh, what's your video idea? It's like, oh, a bunch of people playing poker, or walking through my city, and it's like, it's these ideas that you have in your head of what a hip hop video is supposed to be, and like, what's this? This is literally just like film of him out and about and like random birds and shit like that. But there's an authenticness about it that makes it like entertaining. Like I literally watched the video and like listened to the verses and like that, and I like it does get very repetitive, and there's a point where I'm like, all right, like I got it right, but it as a solid project, like there's a lot of it that I do like the old school footage kind of goes along with the beat choice of the Aight No Half Stepping beat. It makes it feel like this is like home video or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The video, the part where it's like just him like dancing in the street, and then it goes
That
like
was fire. I love that part.
and then it goes to the rooster next. There's like a connection there that's like entertaining and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And like Precious Gorgeous, like I've spoken to him about this. Like he knows how to write a song, right? Like even the hook, like a little bird on the wing, like, you know what I'm saying? It's repetitive, it's catchy, it lends itself to the beat that he's chosen. You know, I do believe there's probably some stuff he could do to make this better. I don't know if I have any critique for that, right? Like I think he's an artist being himself, and this is like a pretty dope thing that he put out.
Yeah, I agree.
What do we got coming up?
Spin it in circles. Who is this again? It doesn't say his name. Well, let me check in the description real quick.
Yeah, what if it's just him spinning in circles?
Yeah, hold on. That'd be crazy.
Spinning circles.
Colo matched South Boss.
See what you got.
That's his. That's his. But it doesn't.
Heard.
Let's see.
This is the most important and crucial period of your lives. What you do now, decide now at this age, may well determine which way your life shall go.
Yeah, once I had a lady, she was my bestie. We ain't talk, niggas like we dirty. Niggas are toxic, cause niggas talk shit. I got my homies, brother Georgie. We ain't talk, nigga, only work. Honest days, nigga, another level. You won't reach, nigga, don't you whip me. Busy daddy this, busy daddy that, young nigga still spoonful. Spinning seconds, let's see where you at, nigga. 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 To go set, money and power, money and fame, kill niggas dead, you need on my play, you need on my hand to write out the songs. My eyes will be watching, all of their friends will be coming from mine like VAT, like MT, rolling up. I got fans, I got gangs, I got fans, I got fame. I need a band, Too much smoke, niggas smoke, need all this pay, you not advice, I need advance. I'm hoping the college, I hope I will make it. Say hi to Nick, that's why
he's so serious.
Something is happening in our world. And you know, if I was standing...
Not the MLK sample.
Oh my God.
At the beginning of time, with the possibility of taking...
It sounds sick, slow down though.
A kind of general and panoramic view of the whole of human history up to now.
Yeah, once I had a lady, she was my bestie. We ain't talk, niggas like we dirty. Niggas are toxic, cause niggas talk shit. I got my homies, brother Georgie.
Yo, this is low key lit.
Only work.
You can stop it. I already know what my critique is gonna be.
You won't reach, nigga, don't you?
It's low key lit, but it's also low key not, right? Like as a structured song, like the sound of the song, and like, you know, the like that's how that song should sound. You are like, you've written something that works. Now the only thing is, there's like, it's obviously you making a song that you like the songs that you like to listen to, right? You know what I'm saying? Like there's a part like this is like you're trying to make a song that sounds like the shit that you like, and it's like what was the deal with the cow in the beginning? It was like, you know what I'm saying? It was a random cow for some reason. It's like, you're trying to show us, you know.
I have no idea.
Secondly, it's like it's too much like the shit that you probably like to listen to. It's too cliche. It's too like you just saying shit that we heard other motherfuckers say before. And it's like, what makes this song unique to like you? You know, you're just saying like money and fame and killing people, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like
Money
yeah,
and
it's like
fame, killing
it's
people.
bro, that's literally what you're saying. Like, you know, and it's like it's
She wanna
so
fuck. She on
right,
her
right.
head. Like,
Right.
yeah.
I need the fans. Yeah, I need the fans. And it's like you could take that flow and just put the random things that rappers say in that, and that's every song that
Every
you know.
song.
And it's like you don't want to be that cliche. Even if that's the song you write, you want to make it unique to you in some way. It's like, yo, you
Some
rapping,
way.
you coming to us from Africa. Be like, what's happening out there that's not happening any place in the world? Like, you know, what's happening specifically in your life in your neighborhood that's not happening any place in the world? Or maybe that's Africa. I don't know. It could be like
Perspective. We need
right.
the perspective.
Like don't give me the verse that
Johnny
Quavo.
every song over here.
Right. Don't give me the verse Quavo would have rapped. Give me the verse that you gonna rap. You know what I'm saying? Give me the shit that's like happening to you, you know? Like what's up with this cow? What's up with this cow? You gonna milk him right now? I don't know. You gonna throw a cow in the video, at least have a reason. Anyway, yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah, it was definitely like one of those songs that you could like if I heard it in the back of like a movie or whatever, it would be like that song that they got because they
They didn't
wanted
want to
like
pay
Migos
they
or
didn't want to
fucking
pay for the Migos song. So they got the
they didn't want to
Migos-esque
pay
song. Yeah.
exactly like it's like that future Migos like this is the song that you play in the back of the party where people are on Xanax
Don't
and
pay for the
fucking
song. Won't pay for the song.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like these are the things that I get tired of because when I listen to a song like that, it's like I want you to win. The flow is fire, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like the melody is dope, like the
Yo, that
sound was trash, but
right.
fucking I see
But
where you're
maybe
going.
that's all you got at the moment. Yo, and the
Yeah,
scene when it was like him and his boys and it was like rocking out in front of the store or whatever, that was my favorite part of the video. I was like, oh, this is lit, right? Because it's like I'm seeing you and your people's having fun and being genuine, and that's always a win. But it's like
the fucking slow down MLK sample over the
that was a
fucking
lit.
break. I like that because
I,
it's like
I,
MLK sample is like weird, but it's like it to us it's weird because it's like we see it so much in so many different ways that we're like, yo, if you're gonna use an MLK sample, do it correctly. But
also,
it's
an
like
MLK sample in a trap song is a dope idea. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, that is dope. It's the
Right.
juxtaposition. Like, I don't know if he knows what he how dope that was. I don't know if he knows if it was dope for the reasons that we think is dope.
Right,
You know
right,
what
right,
I'm
right,
saying?
right.
That's the thing I wonder. But yeah, that was a dope part. But the lyrics, it was like, bro, like talk
Right.
about anything, bro. Talk about anything else besides
Right.
every single thing that we hear all
That
the
yeah,
time
that
on the radio. That
yeah,
shit itself makes me feel like I'm on Xans. Like I'm like, oh,
and there's people who are doing that better than you. Like
right,
you're not gonna outdo the kings of that shit, right? Like
right,
no one's ever gonna out Jay-Z. You're not gonna out
exactly,
the baby. You're not gonna out Griselda. So
right,
when you come into to your shit, you gotta be so you know, that
yep,
other motherfuckers can't out you know? And
mm-hmm.
you gotta and the brother look kind of young, you know what I'm saying? So maybe he's at the beginning of his artistic journey. And like everybody's artistic journey starts with emulation. Like you copy the shit that you like. You like, oh, that's dope. And there's you wanna be that. So you sort of copy that, but you got to break out of that, you know, because you don't want to be a biter.
Yeah,
You want to be influenced by things, but not necessarily, you know, be emulating them, you know.
uniqueness is such a fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like it's such a valuable thing, individuality, because there's no price on it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
Yo,
a
B,
price on all these styles. There's no price. Your uniqueness is invaluable because
yo,
there's
you know
nothing
what's
like it.
it's a good way of keeping uniqueness. There's a video. Speaking of MF Doom passing away, rest in peace. There's a video of Mos Def geeking out over MF Doom, right? And
Yeah.
like Mos is rapping MF Doom's verses, right? But they don't sound like the MF Doom verse, right? It's but it's Mos Def doing it, and even in Mos Def doing it, he sound like Mos Def. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
you know, and then I go back and I listen to the verse that MF Doom raps, and it's almost like a different verse. It's the same words, right? But it's like a different verse because it's like Mos Def's style is so uniquely Mos Def that if he says it, it sounds like Mos Def. And MF
Yep.
Doom says it, it sounds like MF Doom. That's where you want to get too with your style. You want your signature style where like if I rap a Busta Rhymes verse to you, you're gonna be like, oh, that's a Busta Rhymes verse. If I rap a ODB verse to you, you're gonna be like, oh, that's an ODB verse, right? Because like that's how unique their pen is. But yeah.
But if you rap it like you rap it, then people that don't know that verse might think it's you because you got a unique voice and a unique style.
Right.
So however you say it, like you could flex and fucking fake it. You know what I'm saying? Like come through and spit a big pun verse and motherfuckers will think it's you because of the way you say it.
Right.
So yeah, uniqueness, individuality is so fucking important, man. For real. Like we need to know who you are. What's your perspective? Who you are, where you come from. Like we have no idea. Like we don't have to relate in order to feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like we want to feel it.
Right.
We don't have to relate to it. You know what I'm saying?
Genuineness, it does not have to be factual, right? Like we don't like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you rapping about, motherfuckers can rap about traveling to distant planets, but like, does it feel honest in a way that we can relate or not? You know, like, you know, I see you, you know, not for nothing, the way you dress and the like, we know that there's not money there. So when you rapping about money, like there's a disconnect. We know you playing around, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm not saying like rapping about whatever you're going through is just as valuable as what these other motherfuckers is rapping about.
It do really feel like that because it's like, yo, if you really had the kind of money that you're talking about in this song, you would have invested in a high quality video and sound. You wouldn't
dress in the clothes that you dressed in. It wouldn't look like that, right?
So it's like, and it's okay because we don't want you to have money. Like we don't care if you have money or not. You know what I'm saying?
That's like some what we saying at all.
We want to hear who you are. Like who the fuck. What is this? You know what I'm saying? What's the perspective? Like that's so fucking important in everything you listen to.
If you look at
you already got a good voice and good style and the ability to make songs. It's about what you fill those blanks in. You know what I mean?
So you take that same for them and instead of filling it in with the generic cliche, I'm after the fame, you fill it in with something that like relates more to you, you know, something that's super specific to you. So when you film the video, we don't get that feeling, right? You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Are we ready to go with the Souls? You on point, fam. Shout out to Souls.
Shout out to Souls.
Yo, I really hope the people who submit listen and take this shit to heart.
Warning. The song you're about to hear is not intended for the politically squeamish. Also, when listening to this, please be aware that critiques of those on the left do not mean that the author is supportive of those on the right. This is about values. Values do not have political parties. They stand on their own worth. But partisanship today has made people unfaithful to their core values and faithful only to the side they support. First of all, breaks over for that fucker 45. I hope he gets brought up on charges for all the fucking lies. Financial crimes, abuse of power, girls he victimized, all the back taxes, his whole criminal enterprise. But before we go too far, I need y'all all to listen. He ain't the cause of the sickness, he's really just a symptom. A sleazy ass grifter, part of a continuum. Political elites been shitting on the citizens, inequality, rising immigrants, been demonized, poverty, ignored government, been feeding lies, journalists catching cases. The truth gets vilified. The red and blue teams fill your minds with just picking sides, make you ride or die, and you selective blindness. So when your favorite politicians, all you see is kindness. A popularity contest is fucking childish. Let's talk accountability, not who's more stylish. To whoever this rhyme fits, these bars for you are real. Like I said before, on any day I shits on shills. Lyrical Morpheus, so y'all gon' get these pills, but only red ones. Let's food for thought, I give you meals. This whole experiment was rigged against us from the beginning. The Constitution ain't applied to natives, black folks, or women. This American nation was conceived with original sin. Inequality is in the DNA of this great system. This whole experiment was rigged against us from the beginning. The Constitution ain't applied to natives, black folks, or women. This American nation was conceived with original sin. Inequality is in the DNA of They say the land of the free, more like greed and inequality. Sacrifice public safety, protecting the economy. Same thing overseas. Just check our foreign policies, fighting wars for oil like we know not of ecology. And bully poorer nations, making them my little bitch. Like an asshole pimp selling girls out on the strip. Send the CIA in like we just flipped the switch. Funding stage a coup and it goes off without a hitch. Cause the leader didn't acquiesce and started talking socialism. They're in no position to go the distance with soldiers getting. If they broke, still hit them. Install a new coach and overbill them. IMF and World Bank on deck. They know the mission, so the business ventures of foreigners succeed. Don't let them start unions, even if the workers bleed. Force a free trade zone on them. Yeah, that's what they need. Send most of the proceeds to an oligarchy. You don't gotta believe me. Just go online, look up Frontier Capitalism or Naomi Klein. Shock Doctrine 101, she shows it across time. And every actor in the Oval plays his part in the design. This whole experiment was rigged against us from the beginning. The Constitution ain't applied to natives, black folks, or women. This American nation was conceived with original sin. Inequality is in the DNA of this great system. This whole experiment was rigged against us from the beginning. The Constitution ain't applied to natives, black folks, or women. This American nation was conceived with original sin. Inequality is in the DNA of this great system.
All right. As always, there's a lot of good to talk about, and there's also, a lot to critique.
Yeah.
So the good part, or the lucky part for this guy is like, yo, dude, you could rap, and you are already, verbs, yeah, obvious verbs. You could rap. There's already a lane for this, right? Like this is very in the lane of Immortal Technique, very in the lane of like, whatever. The critique that I would give is the video obviously is like on some homemade joint, right? It's a homemade, like sort of like visual video. If like I could definitely see this working if it had a video, right? I could definitely see this working. Also, the singing on the chorus, while is adequate, isn't the best chorus that it could possibly be, right? So like I would even stand to get a singer to sing that, you know what I'm saying? Because like it works, but like you singing it with that's you singing it, correct? You singing it with the auto tune, I don't think that's the best version of that chorus. You know what I'm saying? I think if you had like somebody like a Sinclair or somebody who actually had the whatever to sing it, it would be more.
I disagree.
You think it works like that?
Yeah, I think I like that. I just think it could be better. I think you can do it with your voice, but better. But finish yours, because I'm again.
No, I mean, but like I'm not against that. Like I'm not against that. What I'm saying, but what I'm saying is like what we're hearing.
Or maybe have another singer come in and sing
under you, right?
Top of it, like the beginning. You
right,
know what I'm saying? Like
right.
backgrounds and shit.
All I'm saying is like that version of the chorus is not the best version of the chorus.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you could definitely do better than that. Other than that, like yo, B, the you dropping like bars, you dropping like actual factuals in the thing, right? And I appreciate that. I do think, like I just think this could be. It almost feels like not a throwaway, right? It feels like you did what you could for the video, but I feel like there could be more for this, right? Like I feel like the chorus could be more solid and the video could be more solid, because like this is some shit that like this could work. Like there's a whole genre of this, right? There's a whole genre of motherfuckers dropping dime on the political clandestine conspiracy shit that goes on behind the scenes. And it's like, yo, if this finds itself in any of those Reddits, any of those fucking Immortal Technique subgroups and shit like that, they would eat this shit up. It's got the bar work. It's got the like, I was learning shit. Like the shit you said about the homegirl to look up. I ain't know that. I was in my mind. I was like, I got to check that out later. Like,
and he Googling it in the video and shit.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be honest, like that's not the type of rap that I listen to. Like I know that there's definitely a market for it. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely don't like wordy rap. You know what I'm saying? But I did like that hook. I was vibing with that hook and the melody. And I'm a big believer in less is more. You know what I'm saying? So when shit gets super wordy, it's like it becomes I need to listen to it for different reasons other than enjoying it as a song. You know what I'm saying? And that's always what's the most important thing to me is like, can I enjoy this as a song? And when the hook came on, I definitely was. I mean, it definitely could be better. Like I think you could do it better and then have some add some backgrounds and shit to it. But for me, it's like the verses could have worked if they were also melodic, saying what you were saying, but with less words. You know what I'm saying? But there is definitely a lane for that. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of listener that I am. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. I agree. Like all in all, like my overall thing is like this is super solid, and I think this could like definitely like pop off. It like Dama said, like because like that's half like I do listen to music like that, but that's not necessarily what I listen to all the time. But like if this came on, I would fucks with it. But you know, I think it could be better. Is that what I'm saying? But yeah, thank you, Verbs, for being brave enough to submit into the
for
gauntlet.
real and be in the Zoom. Yo, give it up. That's what's up.
Which
all right, let's
true.
make this the last one.
All right, let's jump in.
And you looking up at me saying, Ali, don't do it. I'm chopping trees. I've done something special. I don't pay no attention to what they say about me.
I told you all that I was the greatest
Who's
of
this?
all time.
But my main fight is for freedom and equality. And you really can't plan a fight when you're meeting a man you've never met before, right? I'm gonna dance and be pretty.
We'll figure that out.
Maybe sometimes the wheel can outdo the skill. You are fighting the greatest fight of all times.
I feel like 50, get rich or die trying. From all the pressure I'm applying. Used to ask if they was high, days fared fine. Now on the low CEOs I'm aspiring. Early morning start to pay off. Them late nights trust they made a boss. Learn early, didn't pay the flaws. They stole the style, but I made the sauce. You ran with them like your boy not a factor. Through practicing, yeah, I'm a better rapper. With my city, I'm always had a bond. I take the world, you could war for that pine. But I still came from that pine. I never leave my pride there behind. Whether open mic or I'm signed, with the greats, get my name there enshrined. For some years, I've been making it shake. Had a lot to deal on my plate.
All right, I got a piss, so we let's cut this shit.
I mean, that was half of the song already.
Yeah.
Better go and sit with the greats. The greats. I'ma be one of the greats. I'm akin to them unknown soldiers. Built in if you test, watch I fold you. They get mad when they see they can't control you. Integrity and the morals that I hold to. Make my soul non-negotiable. As a sovereign, you feel when you approach the board. Got the aura of a more. Had to clean my thoughts, now my anger even pure. Soul talking, the music start to make me free. Got the patent, laugh when they copy me. Front to their fan base when they drop. Come on home, boy, you know that's me, you should stop. Self-flare, cause
Second
my
verse.
gift for the world.
Better than the
Pressure
first
weed,
verse.
just a gift for the pearl. Her first flight, just a gift for my girl. Cool nigga when we link, cause I'm thorough. For some years I've been making the shit.
I can stop it.
Had a lot to deal on my plate.
My dude, who gave their uncle the mic at the barbecue, son? Like, homeboy came through sounding like 2002 and a half. Like, it was like, damn. And then you got all these greats, and it's like, listen, there's some things. Yo, first of all, I like some of the shit you were saying. Like, I like what you were saying because it definitely sounded like the OG talking to you, for real. And there definitely is a place for that. But that sound was so old. Like, the video was so old. Like, everything looked like it came out in 2002.
But you know what's crazy? Like, I think that if the same exact audio with different visuals and more care to certain details would be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you rapping, like, you know, and you're not whack. Like, if a motherfucker is whack, we're gonna say he's whack. You're not whack, right? But like there's so much craziness going on here. Like the video look crazy, your outfits look crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like
The
I
whole
don't
angle, it looked kind of crazy coming in after Muhammad Ali. It's like,
right. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, the video ain't even gotta be all of that. Like you could have just been in a boxing, like the the robe the boxers come out in, sitting on a stool, rapping the same exact verse, and it would have been the whole Muhammad Ali, like whatever. And that's why, like, I feel for rappers, indie rappers, because it's sometimes it's just us or it's just who's around us, and we don't have like always have like the artistic eye or the artistic person around us to bring to bring something to fruition for us, right? So you got to do what you got to do, and it's like, yo, but like somebody got to stop you sometimes and be like, yo, this shit look crazy, and that shit like I don't know you. You could be dope. You could be a cool dude. You like if you said in the song like when we link because I'm thorough, right? Like you know
yeah,
I'm
that was
listening,
good.
right? Right. Like you getting your bars off, but the outfits, nah, man. Like you look like an old dude trying to look young, right?
Hmm.
And then the video is like it's like somebody with an iPhone just like doing what they could do, you know? And it's like do you got if you putting shit out, be deliberate with it. Like, why are you standing in front of this background? Why are you just standing in front of this background, mirandering back and forth in the beginning of the song? Like, what purpose does that serve to tell us about you? Like, you know, why did you pick this certain angle? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like what you talk about being one of the greats. Like, what about this? What about like that T-shirt
What
that says
about this is great.
yeah, what about that T-shirt that says cookies on it? Is telling us that you're one of the greats. You know what I'm saying? And like,
Nah, I
like,
could have did without that hook. I could have did without that beat. The verses was dope. It definitely
mm-hmm.
was some OG shit, and I
Yeah,
respected it. If it was over a different beat, like a more grimy, like whatever, like a more fucking, it could be a more underground beat, but it would just have
right.
to be a doper beat because that those synths and everything like that, that shit is mad dated, and
Mm-hmm.
like that hook needed to be different for it to
Yeah,
work for me. But I respect the verses for sure.
yeah. No, definitely. Like,
His name is the Meta Gold. He's 22, by the way.
he's
No, he's
22.
not.
No, he's not.
No way. 22 times what? 22 times
22
two?
times two. Nah, I was about to say, boy, you had a rough life.
But yo, let's close it out because I gotta take a leak.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yo, thank everybody for tuning into ISO Boom. Thank you to everybody who submitted your work for destructive criticism. Yo, if you took it personally, good. Shout out to Soz, shout out to Dama Nils, everybody else who's
We in the
verbs,
building.
James, Nunzio. We'll be back. When will we be back, Dama?
We'll be back in a couple Mondays.
Yeah.
Couple of
Oh,
Mondays.
also, peep. This Sunday, me and Dama will be hosting the EO Zoom
Yo,
open mic.
open mic. Let's go.
If we review your shit and you don't think that we reviewed it correct, come and spit
Come
that shit
prove us
Sunday.
wrong. Come
Right.
prove us wrong.
We, we
Facts.
we always open to get proven wrong.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, your visa for vice versa. He's the reason we do this. Peace.
Easy. We're gonna cut the stream.
James is probably on it. He's been rocking with us all night.